Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coin Lady channel. I have some good news and some bad news to share with you. Is it the good news or the bad news that you want to hear first? Okay, here's the bad news first. The bad news is that cryptocurrency price action will become as mundane as that of the stock market. There will come a time when putting money into cryptocurrency has roughly the same return potential as putting money into stocks. The good news is that we have not yet reached that point. Not to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but I have some bad news to share. Virtually no one who invests in Bitcoin will become wealthy in the foreseeable future. Around 0%. There would be relatively few people involved, and the process of making money from investments could take years or even decades. That's how long it might take. And now I find myself staring at XRP. Among the top 10 cryptocurrencies, XRP is the one I consider to be the most undervalued. So I went ahead and did some math to shed some light on the subject, and it has to do with why I believe XRP is the optimal cryptocurrency investment for me. It's a large cap coin, and the same concept holds true in equities when comparing investing in large cap stocks to investing in small cap stocks. You're probably familiar with the concept of investing in a large cap company as a means to financial success. Get real. Small and medium-sized enterprises SME, riskier, but potentially more rewarding in the long run. It's the same idea in crypto, but the cool part is that most people aren't even paying attention to this because there is so little money in crypto. This is true even for large-cap cryptos, which are generally considered to be safer than mid-caps or small caps. But you are, and that's awesome. As a result, I did some math and thought you might find it interesting. In addition, discussing this is a lot of fun. I haven't mentioned this idea in a long time, but it's laughable to think that Bitcoin will make people rich at this point. It's not hard to see how XRP could make its users wealthy. But before we go any further, let me make one thing crystal clear. I come from a completely monetary background-free background. You should not buy or sell anything based on what I say or write because I am not giving financial advice. Just a hobbyist here who occasionally posts videos to YouTube on various crypto-related topics. Let me be clear, I do not believe that the vast majority of people who ever buy stocks or cryptocurrencies will become wealthy solely as a result of that action. I don't. However, the time is now. That isn't to say that chances aren't out there. However, most people who do buy XRP will do so at the same point in the market cycle that they bought Bitcoin, near the peak. That's when people really pay attention, you know. This thing is horrible. People are making a lot of money, buku bucks and all that. Exactly. However, we're already here at the beginning, when the value of XRP is extremely low. I think, and there's no way to tell for sure, and I always admit that I'm probably biased, but I try to be objective anyway. It's possible I'm wrong, and XRP could end up being zero. Let's face facts here. That doesn't seem likely to me. For the sake of price fluctuations everywhere, it seems to me that adoption can only go up. The things that would ensure its widespread acceptance and continued usefulness over the course of decades, if not longer, are discussed. Sure enough, we can see that. Yes, we do realize this. That doesn't mean the status quo will persist indefinitely. We'll have a conversation if and when we notice flaws in the structure. However, I haven't noticed anything even remotely similar. In my experience, adoption has only benefits. But when it comes to Bitcoin, I like it, I hold it, and I plan to keep it because I think it's important to have a diversified crypto portfolio. But good lord, in terms of potential, let's discuss this, because, you know, this is something I haven't covered on my channel in, a year or two. I mentioned sometime in 2021, probably around the last bull run, but I can't be sure. I just can't put my finger on it. It's been a while, and the current state of the cryptocurrency market makes it important to revisit the topic. According to economist Alex Kruger, however, the window of opportunity for traders to profit from Bitcoin has closed. Let me explain why. Alex Kruger, a prominent economist and crypto analyst, claims that Bitcoin has evolved as an asset and no longer fills the same niche in investor portfolios as it once did. According to Kruger, who has 153,000 Twitter followers, Bitcoin will not lead to financial success. the same way it did 10 years ago, but now it serves as a reliable means of saving money and storing value. Alex Kruger was quoted on Twitter as saying, "By the way, I think he's spot on with this," which was shared with the article. "I said this a long time ago, and it holds true even now. This is, if anything, even more true now. Nobody will ever again get rich off of Bitcoin investments," Alex Kruger predicted. Not yet, anyway. The time for that is over. Those who provide services related to Bitcoin are the only ones who stand to profit from it. This tweet, he later admitted in another tweet, was an attempt at social science. "I was interested in people's reactions and interactions with a controversial, categorical assertion. Fascinating how effectively it functioned." Those of you who care to look can see that the comments to likes ratio is through the roof 50%. And so, you should know that I rarely use definite language. You may have guessed that by now, given my method of operation. For the sake of clarity, I will elaborate. I occasionally use definite language, but usually avoid it. It's more along the lines of "I suppose so and so is likely" and similar expressions. That's why he predicted that, eventually, nobody will get rich investing in Bitcoin. Okay, now I see what he means. But recall the opening of my video. I didn't say it was never going to happen or that nobody ever would, but I did say that almost 0% of human beings investing in Bitcoin ever would. It's not impossible, but how long do you have to wait? But what if it takes a century? What is your monetary contribution? In what range will Bitcoin settle? Plus, everything is a crapshoot anyway. Even though he qualified his statements with the caveat that this was a social experiment, he was serious. What he said was sincere. This was his next tweet after the previous one. "What I wrote is still valid," he wrote. "No longer should Bitcoin be purchased with the expectation of becoming wealthy. The time for that is over. Bitcoin is currently used for hedging against the fiat currency system, trading, and generating attractive risk-adjusted returns." And he's right on the money, people. I have been emphasizing this point for years. Simply put, I haven't discussed it here in quite some time. Explain why that is the case. Now, that's where things get interesting, and it's what I want to discuss with you. And in explaining this, it becomes clear why I think there is an incredible amount of opportunity by investing in XRP, though I don't think this will always be the case in the future, be it in 10 years or 20 years from now. Neither the rate of adoption of new technologies nor the amount of money that will be invested in cryptocurrencies in general make it possible for me to predict a timeline. I don't know how long it will take for the asset class to mature, but I am aware that it will. Oh my God, there will come a time when everyone thinks XRP has already succeeded because there's so much money in it, and then it won't. So that's the thing, if everyone already knows and accepts it, broadly speaking, globally, of course there won't be as much of a return, and that's why there has to be an increased amount of risk to get the biggest returns. Not that I don't think there's any potential in Bitcoin, I just don't think there's nearly as much as there is in XRP, which is why I did some calculations. I did the math on my Windows laptop's built-in calculator and then typed up these notes before printing them out. I've got a bit of decaying wood in my fingers here, like a Moon family sedan. And this data, I believe, will be of great interest to you. So, take a look at this. Just so we're clear, I'm going to use round numbers rather than getting things down to the precise penny to illustrate a point, but the current market cap of Bitcoin is. I'm putting that out there right now as a caveat, I'm trying to explain something. The sums will be very close to one another. I don't give a hoot about being precise. Please allow me to express my thoughts. I hope to exchange ideas. The value of all Bitcoins in circulation is currently around $540 billion. Now XRP would need to increase in price by about 22 times to reach that market cap. That's right, XRP could increase in value by a factor of 22 from its current value of around 50 cents as I record this. If true, then the current value of one XRP is around $11. That could either sound like a lot of money or a pittance, depending on how much XRP you have. Having invested so much money in XRP with the intention of cashing out sooner than the average investor might find appealing, such a return would be well beyond what I'm hoping for. That was the plan, then? I took a bigger chance with my own US dollars by buying more XRP. If this turns out to be the case, I'll be glad I took more of a chance early on so I can reduce my exposure to cryptocurrency and increase my overall portfolio diversification. I'm referring to my wealth as a whole. Also, that's a potentially dangerous scenario. I took that chance knowing full well what might happen. In my opinion, the value of XRP will skyrocket from its current level. My go-to digital currency. I'm all in now. And by the way, a portion of my wager here is an investment in a large-cap cryptocurrency, as I continue to believe that large-cap coins offer the best potential for financial gain. If you choose a small-cap coin that turns out to be a winner, the price of your investment will increase by a much larger factor. However, that involves an enormous amount of danger. Is it reliable, and has it been tried out over time? Could it be a rug pull? Is it likely that it will be put to use? For the reason that it is relevant to me. There are, of course, many factors to think about. Because of its status as a large-cap coin and, once more, because large-cap stocks aren't all that appealing when it comes to amassing life-changing wealth, XRP has always represented the sweet spot for me in the cryptocurrency market. The value of XRP and similar cryptocurrencies is negligible. The possibility still exists, even for large caps, but it won't for much longer. Let's proceed then. And I'd like to keep giving examples to prove my point. There's a lot to dissect, so give this a look. Capitalization of Bitcoin has reached an all-time high. The highest it's ever been. That would be back when it was closer to $70,000, of course. However, at its peak, the value of Bitcoin on the market was about $1.30 trillion. A total of $1.30 trillion in Bitcoins. Now, XRP would need to increase in price by about 52 times from where it is now in order to reach that market cap. A multiplication by 52, to be exact. In that case, 1 XRP would be worth $26. At present, Bitcoin is the market leader, and I expect this to continue for the foreseeable future. Nothing appears likely to alter that outlook. That doesn't mean it can't evolve. It's possible, and even likely, that Bitcoin's market cap throne will be usurped at some point in the future. Perhaps Bitcoin will be considered an alternative currency in the near future. I can't say for sure if that's going to occur. It makes for a stimulating debate. The possibility exists. Right, Bitcoin will likely maintain its market leadership, but XRP would need a 52 times price increase to catch up. And let's assume that for the sake of this discussion alone. Let's just assume that for the time being, even though it's possible that won't happen. Who knows? But let's just assume Bitcoin will maintain its dominant position for the foreseeable future. Bitcoin's market cap would be significantly higher than $13 trillion. But that's okay, really. Even if XRP were the most valuable cryptocurrency in the world, its current price would still seem absurd to me. What I really want is to have what is rightfully mine. I don't believe XRP has to be or ever will be the most popular cryptocurrency. Maybe, but I seriously doubt it. I have no idea. I mean, what do I even know? My name is Moon Family Sedan, and I live in cyberspace. You have no idea if I'm baring my legs or not. You have no idea where my pants are at this moment. So, I'm just saying that if Bitcoin keeps its dominant position in the market and its current market cap is, say, several $1 trillion higher than its all-time high, then something interesting might happen. Why not? There's a lot more cash coming in now, after all. The current price of XRP is around 50 cents. A 52-fold increase would bring it to the previous all-time high of Bitcoin, which was approximately $1.30 trillion. Bitcoin's market cap, in particular, is many times larger. That does not sound like something from a magical land. Remember that a 52-fold increase would make each XRP worth $26 if it were to occur again? This, I believe, is further evidence that we are ahead of schedule. The likelihood of this happening is low. This is the point where we must admit that danger exists. There is no assurance of any kind. Putting money into anything carries some degree of danger. I've made my wager. I have staked my claim. Well, obviously, and I think I've been pretty forthright about this. Before that happens, during the next peak up, if XRP reaches levels that entice me, which I am confident it will, I will sell most or all of my holdings. And then it's likely to happen after the price drops. Then I just buy back in. I've been saying this for, like, half a decade, so it shouldn't be news to anyone except maybe brand new viewers, to whom I say welcome. We appreciate your visit. It's nice to have you with us. Yes, I intend to do that. It's not a reflection of people's lack of faith in XRP or anything like that. In terms of diversification, it's more like this is what I find useful. With this windfall, I plan to spread my investment wings. But I think XRP will be around for decades to come, so long as its use keeps growing and the price keeps rising after it despite massive setbacks, so yeah. However, let's proceed. There's a lot more to discuss, so let's continue. Now, many analysts predict that Bitcoin will reach $200,000 or higher during the next bull market, but nobody knows for sure. Speculation abounds, of course. But I find it entertaining to speculate about it. I despise this strange alternate reality. The XRP hoopla about $122,000. That's intolerable to me. Totally ridiculous. But speculating can be entertaining at times. It's possible to be fair. In other words, during the next bull market, one Bitcoin could be worth $200,000. Not sure if it will happen, but that doesn't seem too far-fetched. The previous record was just under $70,000, so you know. Not completely absurd, I suppose. From that close, you'd be looking at an increase of around 3 times. If the price of Bitcoin reaches $200,000, its market cap will be close to $4 trillion. That's $4 trillion for the top coin Bitcoin. Now, XRP would need a price increase of about 150 times to reach that market cap. Each XRP would be worth $75 if it increased in value by a factor of 150 from its current price. I don't know how long it will take for XRP to reach those levels. I'm just saying they exist on the assumption that Bitcoin retains its position as the market leader. It's true that Bitcoin attracts the lion's share of investment dollars at the outset, but those funds eventually filter down to larger and smaller coins. Looking at the current market cap of XRP, which is just under $26 billion, it's easy to forget that Bitcoin was once worth a tiny fraction of that amount. The market capitalization of Bitcoin is expected to rise steadily over time, and XRP's share of that growth is expected to remain stable at some predetermined level. If XRP is guaranteed a fixed share of the pie, then XRP will grow to absurd proportions relative to its current value. However, I only use the term insanely to express my excitement. I don't think it's actually unreasonable. I don't make price predictions, so I can't say for sure that this will happen. But if the crypto market continues to grow and Bitcoin maintains its position as the market leader, it's not an unreasonable assumption. That's how I'm seeing it, anyway. But why is it that some large caps, like XRP, still allow you to become wealthy while Bitcoin does not? Think about it this way: if Bitcoin were to return to its all-time high today around $28,000, the price increase would be less than 2.5 times the current level. Bitcoin would need a 2.5-fold increase, or just under $70,000, to reach its previous all-time high. Bitcoin's market cap is currently around $1.30 trillion, so XRP market cap would need to increase by 52 times to reach the same level. What do you think is the more practical approach? Is it realistic to expect either XRP or Bitcoin to increase by 52 times their current value? Moreover, which do you anticipate occurring, even if you agree that both are plausible possibilities? Which would come first, a 52-fold increase in XRP or in Bitcoin's value? It's XRP, of course, and it's a simple concept to explain to others. It's been a while since I used this example, but if you think about it, I've used it before to illustrate the point I'm trying to make. Let's pretend I just tossed a $20 bill on the table and, for the sake of argument, we'll pretend that this represents the $20 market cap. How much time and money would it take to double that market cap? You and I both have that in our pockets right now. Here, in our pockets. You just need another $20 bill. You have effectively doubled the market value. 25 became 40. It doubled in size. When there are few people involved, initial investment returns can be multiplied by a factor of 2 or 3 or 4. Right. In contrast, Bitcoin has been operational for the past 14 years. Bitcoin has a much higher market capitalization than XRP does. Therefore, a huge sum of money relative to the amount that needs to flow into XRP is required for it to double, triple, or quadruple in value. It's a huge gap. Even though there has been so much capital poured into Bitcoin that the average person is unlikely to become independently wealthy, I believe that, given enough time, Bitcoin will still outperform the stock market. That's probably the case. But in terms of truly life-altering riches, sorry, folks, it's over. It is. That's what I said even a couple of years ago, give or take, when we last discussed this. I still think it's over. Unless you're talking about someone who plans to hold for decades, invest a large sum now, and hope that Bitcoin goes to $1 million, in that case, you need to invest more than the average $28,000 per year in crypto. It's clear that the timelines themselves aren't what most people find appealing about crypto. Those who have been saying Bitcoin and moonshot and it makes Lambo are now in the minority. To be fair, that was true in the past, but it's no longer accurate now. It's not true. If anyone is claiming that, they're simply wrong. They've arrived in a land straight out of a fairy tale. Despite the truth, this is not happening with XRP. It's thrilling to be here because we know that won't always be the case. Now, less than 1% of all humans have ever owned XRP. That is the main idea. That's why you should still consider this a chance. But this will help to further illustrate the point, so think about it. If Bitcoin reaches $200,000, then? Again, many experts believe this to be a reasonable assumption. A 7-fold increase in price is implied by that. For XRP to reach the same market cap as Bitcoin $200,000 versus $4 trillion, it would need to increase in value by about 150 times. Bitcoin reaching that market cap is not insane, in my opinion. Why would it be crazy for XRP to have a larger market cap in the distant future, when there is more money in crypto in general and XRP has a larger slice of the pie? I'm not going to make any predictions because I don't know, but is it fair to assume that this is a possibility? Is there any chance of that happening? That might be a reasonable assumption to make, I guess. But think about this, XRP would need a multiplier of 150 to reach the same market cap as Bitcoin $4 trillion. The equivalent of a 7x for Bitcoin. When this 7x price goes up, will most people be able to retire early? The reason I did what I did at the beginning of the video is because I believe the answer is no. It's certainly possible to become extremely wealthy through Bitcoin investment alone, but if you compare that to the potential of XRP, my goodness. However, I'm aware that it's possible to put a lot of money into lesser-known cryptocurrencies in the hopes that they'll experience the same meteoric rise as XRP. What? Wait, what? This, however, is crucial. How comfortable are you taking risks? There's a reason why that particular point is ideal for me. XRP is my largest holding because it has proven useful over the course of a decade of testing. I've been explaining why for years and years. Is it possible that someone else could outperform me financially by investing in a small cap coin that I haven't heard of? Yep. Is that something I would like to do at this time? A lack of foresight? Definitely not. There isn't a ton of cash in the small cap coins I like to hold. I just don't care about them that much. They don't have much of my attention. To be honest, I've stopped keeping tabs on them. I merely made the decision to have them, and so I do. My primary focus in the cryptocurrency space is on utility coins that will be put to practical use. So, keep around 30 distinct digital currencies. Let's see what the heck develops. That's just how I see things, all I want is recognition. That's why the chance I have in a high-cap coin in 2023 is so incredible to me. Wow, that's incredible. I can't believe how cheap XRP is. Ripple effect especially contributes to the artificially low price. How much do you anticipate the multiplier effect of this thing having in the future? There is no competition for Bitcoin, son. You won't find any. Therefore, there is no surety in this world. However, this is simply how I see things. And I haven't mentioned this in a long time, but I think it's a lot of fun to discuss and share theories on because no one really knows. However, I believe that my ideas are heading in the right direction, and I would even go so far as to say that I'm extremely confident in my concept, even though I cannot predict future price levels. As for the future, I have high hopes. I don't think it's crazy to imagine XRP being worth 150 times what it is now, but I also don't think it's crazy to imagine XRP being worth 122,000 times what it is now. That's absolutely bonkers in terms of language. This will never occur. Unless you count problems associated with hyperinflation, which we do not have. I couldn't care less what it was like back then because it couldn't buy nearly as much as it would now. Then why are we talking about this? However, that won't be the case. But holy hell, we regular folks have this chance at life-altering wealth, and we should take advantage of it while we can. We know things that almost no one else does. That's just neat in my book. And so, I think the opportunity is there, provided people play their cards right. We can't control how quickly or slowly events will unfold, so we'll need to be patient. To this point, it has taken more time than I would have liked. Even though I say that, and I really mean it, I'm not the least bit impatient because when I first started investing in cryptocurrency in 2017, I was thinking things like, I don't know, maybe it will take 5 or 10 years. I have no idea. I don't need it because my outlook on stocks is similarly long-term. I can wait to get paid. I won't be touching it. In the meantime, I'm just going to watch what happens. The instability is beyond my control. No, I'm not in charge. A lot of people blindly invest in one security or one category of assets. I only care about the publicity because I already know that people make stupid financial decisions based on their emotions. I just need the recognition. I don't mind the timeline at all. As long as I continue to receive money, I don't care what happens to the current amount. Okay, I guess I'm Mr. Patient. Yes, I had hoped it would come sooner, you might say, but who wouldn't? I'm patient regardless of how patient you are. I have no problem waiting. And I, for one, think that if it weren't for the SEC, we'd have seen some truly spectacular fireworks compared to what we've seen with XRP. There's still a window of opportunity despite the monkey wrench. I intend to keep trying. So, I guess I'll stop babbling on about that. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. Thank you so much for the encouragement and support. I truly appreciate hearing from you. I truly value your help. Managing this channel is a lot of fun. Since the second week of December 2018, I've been maintaining it, and it has remained my most beloved pastime. It's what I look forward to doing most each day, so I appreciate your patience and understanding. Please know how much your efforts are valued. I am not a certified financial planner. Nothing I say or write should be used as a basis for making financial decisions. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.